All right, a couple weeks ago we talked about rumors of an RTX 3060 12 gig coming back out. It's looking more and more like those are on track to be released. But I'm going to tell you about some other graphics card rumors that I've also heard about. Okay, so there are a couple other rumors that I've heard about, and the more they look more and more substantiated every time that it gets popped up or batted around. One of them I just started hearing about. The one of them we heard about before didn't have a whole lot of details, but it does look like, according to Tom's Hardware, and I'll leave a link posted below, but according to Tom's Hardware, it does look like the 50 series Super might be back on the planning again, or back on the agenda. The 5070 and the 5070 and 5080 look to have super variants coming. I don't know how this is going to compare to the 5070 Ti or anything like that, but the super variant looks like it might be back on planning. I guess maybe it could be a 5070 Ti Super, or they've done weird stuff like that before, right? Anyway, so this looks like it might be back in the planning, or might be back on the agenda, and they are talking about 2026. I don't know if you guys are aware, it's already, the first week of June has already gone, so we've only got like half the year left. So this, if they're going to push this, they've already been thinking about this. Now, I guess this has to do with GDDR7 memory not being in as short a supply as they thought. But with the price of these things, I don't know. They're going to have to make it awfully attractive for us and have a good price for us to start thinking about it and wanting it. That was part of the rumor before. We knew about that. Okay, so they might be back on. It's like, come on, Paul. We knew. I mean, they might or might not, whatever. But did you hear the part about the 5060 12 gig being part of that whole thing? Yes. So the newest rumor with the Super Series is not just the fact that they're going the 5070 Super and 5080 Super, but the fact that they're thinking about a 5060 Super with 12 gig. Now, if they're already thinking about it and they're already talking about 12 gig, chances are it's already in the works somewhere, or it's already a production sample somewhere or something like that. Now, the last card we had of the 60 series that had 12 gig, we did have a 2060 that was limited supply, but we had a 3060 that dominated the Steam charts, or the usage. A lot of gamers had that in their computer, and it led the Steam survey for months and months and months, and quite frankly, a couple years. So a 3060 12 gig, which a lot of us, when I did that, I've done a couple videos, and it always gets good feedback because a lot of us have that card and a lot of us love that card. Can you imagine what a 5060 12 gig would be? As long as they don't price this thing out of the ballpark, as long as they make this where it's something we can afford, there's probably a lot of people to be very, very interested in that card. I've got an RTX 5070 that's in mine, and I would be very curious to see how the 5060 12 gig would stack up against that card. I'm not so sure that you wouldn't just bulldoze the Steam survey once again with a card like that. Not to be outdone, AMD has also got their own rumors of video cards. Now, this is more budget minded. Now, they do have the 7000 series did have the 7400, which was far and away better than the RX 6400. But the 7400 is harder to find than DDR5 priced decent, or priced at a value, something at a value type price. It's just not. You can't find it. It's an OEM. I believe it was in some Dell machines, and it is very, very difficult to find. When you can, they want all they can get out of it and more. So the 7400 is not something that's easily obtainable. But the RX 9050 might be something that AMD is actually floating. According to PC World, and again, I'll link the article down here, AMD is touting an RX 9050 that's going to come in with 8 gig of memory that should be just below the 9060. Of course, we know we got a 9060, a 9060 XT, we got a 9060 XT that's an 8 gig and 16 gig version. This should be slotted slightly below that 9060 and be on the same, I guess it's a 128-bit bus. The rumors are that this is probably going to retail around 250, which means if they set a price tag at 250, it's probably going to be quite a bit more than that. Then you start thinking, is it better to go ahead and try to buy a brand new one of these that's a budget GPU, or just find something better used? I mean, you tell me. AMD's going to have to get this one really, really right. I hope they're really thinking this one through, because the 9060 XT, I do have one of those. It's not a bad card, but if you're going to do, and I think I bought it when the price came down to like 270. If they're going to do this, the RX 9050 is going to have to end up coming between 200 and 250 for anybody to even take it seriously. I just, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to want this card unless it's priced right. It's sort of like the 5050. You know, the RTX 5050, I think the retail on that is like 250 and it's going for like 300, and it explains why not a lot of people are buying it. Now, the other end of that is people are still buying stuff like 5080s and 5090s. Well, that's because they can afford to buy it and price doesn't matter. They just want the best card. AMD does not have that luxury. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious. I had heard a couple rumors, and I was curious what you guys might think about these rumors. I will link the articles to both the Tom's Hardware article and the PC World article, both down in the description. They both talk about different cards. One of them, obviously, the Supers, the 50 Series Super, and the other one about the new budget, or the only release that AMD is looking like they'll have for graphics cards this year in 2026. This one, again, 2026. The Supers in 2026. It might shape up to be a decent looking back half of the year, but nothing, I mean, they'll be interesting, but not exciting. But tell me what you guys think. Is it interesting? Is it exciting? Are you looking forward to any of these? Would you consider buying a 9050 for a budget type option if A, it did not require external power and would fit in, I don't know, say an Optiplex box like that? Or are you looking forward to something like the 5060 12 gig? Yeah, got your eyes on that one? Anyway, let me know what you're thinking. That's all I have for this time. If you've got anything out of the video, or you're interested in going to those links, the links are down below. But if you got anything out of the video, go ahead and throw a like on it. If you're not already subscribed, please do. That'd be amazing. But if you don't do any of those things and you don't hit the socials or anything, just be good to each other. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Take care of each other out there. You have no idea how much just a friendly smile and a hi, how are you doing might go. And being kind is free. Anyway, until I get myself into something I got no business getting into, and you can see the two video cards back there by that Optiplex, neither one of them have any business being in that machine. But we're going to try it, okay? So until I get myself into that, that is all I have, and I'll see you later.